Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's vlog, I thought I would touch on the question, is it essential to exercise whilst on the ketogenic diet to get results of weight loss? And with this, I'm going to touch a little bit on calories in versus calories out and what I think of that rule, and a tiny bit on protein. So assuming most of you have heard of the 80-20 rule, where our ability to lose weight or maintain a weight that we have achieved is 80% diet and nutrition and 20% exercise. I don't think this is false, but I think it is poorly explained, I guess you could say, and I also think that it is 100% diet and 0% exercise, because you can get amazing results and achieve awesome benefits just from diet. You can't outrun a bad diet. If you are following the 80-20 rule, you need to be mindful of the macros that are making up the 80%, and I believe that you should be eating healthy 100% of the time rather than 80% of the time, and relying on exercise just to make up the rest of the percentages, I guess you could say. And what I found by manipulating my macros, I've learned how to kill sugar cravings and how to make my energy last longer, so I am more in control of what's going on to my plate and what is going into my body, and how I can incorporate exercise into this so I'm not reliant on it at all to maintain my body weight. The misconception that fat makes you fat is outdated, and research has now shown that it's sugar and carbohydrates that are in fact the fat stores, and totally the reason for why you feel lethargic and fatigue and energy droops that you experience halfway to 3/4 throughout the day. This then takes me to calories in versus calories out. And I know that this is a super controversial topic because everybody has an opinion and it's science. What we consume and whatever we don't burn is going to be stored as fat, and that is the reason for obesity. However, there are so many different opinions and articles and research done that it's just like you don't know what to believe. We're burning calories every single day just by sitting here. I'm burning calories just by talking, by thinking, by moving, by lifting up my arms right now. Like, I'm always burning calories, and you need to consume enough calories to provide you with the energy to perform daily tasks. I was always a firm believer that what you ate and you didn't put out was always going to store. So the goal for me as a teenager was to eat less calories and burn more calories to then go into calorie deficiency and then lose weight. What I've since learned since being on the ketogenic diet, eating 2,500 calories made up of high carbohydrates, high protein, and low fat is completely different to consuming 2,500 calories made up of low carbohydrates, high fat, and moderate protein. Regardless of what we're burning off, each food takes a different pathway in which it metabolizes and is converted to energy. A calorie is not just a calorie. So eating 2,500 calories on a high carb diet and eating 2,500 calories on a high fat, low carb diet is going to completely do different things for your body. So that leads me to my next point. So you guys explained to me how I managed to lose 5 to 7 kilos of body fat by eating more calories and exercising less. Just to begin, I'll give you like a bit of an overview background of my past with eating and exercising. So I was the classic example of calorie restricting. I used to eat a low calorie diet with balanced carbs, high protein, and low fat. I always went for the low fat. I would overtrain, and I would always get that energy droop where I didn't actually feel like exercising because I never actually had any energy to do it. However, especially like on a long day at work where I'm on my feet in the hospital all day, the last thing I wanted to do was go and run 10 kilometers. However, I promised myself earlier on in the day when I did have a spike in energy, which usually came after lunch, that I would definitely do this, and once I got it in my head, if I didn't do it, I'd be disappointed and I would just feel disgusting. This was also a result of what was on my plate during the day. So if I kind of overindulged, if a patient had like given us a box of thank you chocolates or something, and I ate more than I normally would, if I ate anything, I would just say, it's fine, going for a run in the afternoon, I'll burn it off. I was always able to maintain this for a few days where I would be really happy with how many calories I consumed or what I ate in that day and how much exercise I combined that with. However, it wasn't sustainable. Every few days I would have a binge, I'd have a blowout. And it usually came with drinking and exercising, just because I was so deprived that the minute I kind of lost a little bit of control, I lost full control. But from all of this, I couldn't understand why I wasn't losing body fat when I was training so hard at the gym and running such long distances and consuming so little calories. And it honestly has made me think, how many of you go to F45 every single day, which is a high intensity 45-minute class where you get absolutely drenched in sweat and you exert all of your energy, and you eat really well during the day, but you're not seeing any results. And that's what made me realize that it's not about exercise. Yes, if you're overtraining and you're under eating, of course you're going to lose weight, but it's just not sustainable. But you're going to burn out. So who experiences those 3 p.m. energy drips where you rely on that coffee to get you up and about, to finish your day of work, or to get you to the gym, or whatever you've promised yourself, the task that you promised yourself you were going to perform that afternoon? It's because you need to reload on carbohydrates. They only last as an energy source for a couple of hours, and then you need to top up because the levels are depleted. Running off fat lasts for longer. You're not thinking about food all the time, and you're not relying on eating every so often to, you know, keep you moving. If you're consuming more calories, you're going to have more energy. And if these calories are made up of the right macros, so for me, my diet is high fat, moderate protein, low carbohydrates, my energy levels last for hours. I can fast until 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon and I won't think about food. I often, sometimes, and you won't believe it, I have to eat when I'm not hungry just because I know that I'm gonna go into a calorie deficiency because I haven't eaten enough. But my appetite is totally suppressed, so I don't think about it. I'm sure there is a large handful of you out there who hate exercise. You don't like it. Like Hel, for example, she doesn't like exercise. But I'm here to tell you that you can rely 100% on this diet, because for me, it is 100% diet and nutrition, 0% exercise. And exercise is just something for the mind, the spirit, the soul, whatever you want to say. But like it's just extra. You don't need to exercise. You don't need to put your body through something that you don't enjoy just to achieve, if we're talking in terms of weight loss, those goals. There are so many different opinions and recommendations, articles, researches, and which exercise is the best exercise to do, which training is the best to do. Whether it's walking, running, weightlifting, HIIT, so high intensity, yoga. I don't think that you should be performing exercise that you're not enjoying just because somebody else has told you that it's really effective for weight loss, or it's going to do this for you or that for you, when really you should listen to your own body and figure it out for yourself. So by gaining a grip on your diet and having stability in what you're eating and relying 100% on your food and your nutrition, you can then figure out the best exercise for you and what's actually going to benefit you in the long run as well, something that is so sustainable rather than short term. You don't want to burn out. Exercise should be enjoyable, and it shouldn't be about how many calories you're burning off in a session. I used to go to the gym, and the effectiveness of my training session used to be totally dependent on how sweaty I got. And for me now, this is just totally not what I'm about. I go to the gym and I enjoy what I'm doing. So at the moment, I'm doing weight training, and for me, that was a real struggle to start because I wasn't doing any cardio. I wasn't really sweating in the gym, yet I'm still seeing these results. And I'll give you a body update in a couple of weeks when I finish the program. I think I ran like 4 kilometers last week, and that was just for, you know, peace of mind. For me, running is more for mental clarity rather than physical appearance. And yeah, I've just been so happy doing this weight training, and it's something completely different to what I'm used to doing, and I am seeing results and I feel amazing. Another thing I want to touch on is protein. So I get quite a few questions every now and then just regarding how much protein you should be having in your diet. On any diet, protein is an essential building block for everything. It's our hormones, our muscles, our cartilage, our bones, everything we need. We need protein for our hair, our nails, everything, enzymes. So it is essential that we do get enough. 1 gram of protein per 1 kilogram. So I only weigh 50 kilograms. So therefore I only need 50 grams of protein a day to have my body do what it needs to do efficiently with the protein. Anything else is converted to glucose, which is then stored. And this process is called gluconeogenesis. So anything that we're not using, any protein that we're not using to burn for energy, will be converted to glucose and it will be stored, and therefore it has the potential to be stored as fat if you're consuming too much. In those who have found it quite difficult to get into ketosis, and this was my issue I've realized when first initially starting the diet, if you're consuming too much protein with the carbohydrates, it's going to be stored as glucose, and your body is always going to take the glucose for fuel rather than the fat for fuel. And this will totally prevent you from going into ketosis or going into ketosis quickly and feeling those benefits. It just prolongs the effect, and the longer it takes you to adapt, then the longer it takes you to feel and reap the benefits of the diet. For guys in particular who are worried about losing muscle mass in the gym or not being able to build muscle in their training or not perform the best that they actually can, look at DELAUER and Jason WITTROCK on YouTube. Those guys are huge and they're on the ketogenic diet. And I found that I am much stronger in the gym as well since doing this weight program. Like I've lifted more than I ever have before. So my take-home message from this vlog is calorie is not a calorie. For example, if you're in the supermarket and you've got 2 labels, one's a chocolate bar and one's a packet of nuts, you need to be able to look at the macros and figure out which is the most beneficial for you, which is going to kill those sugar cravings, which is going to provide you energy that's going to last for longer, which is going to suppress appetite, which is going to make you perform during the day, like what is going to provide you ultimately with the most amount of energy. And my other main point is it's 100% nutrition. So forget the exercise, forget the grueling hours of the gym, stop your 10K run every single day regardless of whether or not you feel like doing it, because it's pointless. You can manipulate your diet so you can actually provide yourself with enough energy to do what it needs to do in order to lose the fat and to reap the benefits of the ketogenic diet. Fat is the answer, I'm telling you. So it's up to you whether or not you decide to believe it. So it is just really important to be mindful and to be living the healthiest life you can live. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope this helps. But yeah, stop overtraining and eat more of the right foods, and do your research and figure out what those right foods are. Manipulate your macros. But I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe.